Hello, my name is Kato Hakudo, and I am a senior at the International School of Brussels and a founder of Reset Revolution. This is our fourth interview that we're going to actually take place. And thank you so much for joining us today. A little bit about myself. I'm originally from Japan, but I lived in Houston for 7.5 years when I was young. And today we will be talking about being religious and a part of the LGBTQ plus community in Houston, Texas. We will be interviewing my friend, my childhood friend that I've basically known my entire life for, Audrey Sperling. Do you want to introduce yourself a little bit?
I'm Audrey. I go to Westside High School in Houston, Texas, and I'm a lesbian. So,
Before we start like our actual conversation, I just wanted to talk about who we are as Reset Revolution just a little bit. So we're a group of high school students determined to shed more light on social justice issues, including environmental issues, racial issues, mental health issues, gender inequality, and today we're going to be talking about LGBTQ plus rights. And if you'd like to stay updated and notified about who we are, please go follow our Instagram account at Reset Revolution and stay notified about our different events. So moving on to our larger content today. So I understand that there's a lot of conflict between religious beliefs as well as being a part of the LGBTQ plus community. So could you tell us a little bit about your personal experiences as being part of both communities, and whether you've had conflicts about accepting who you are in the past?
yeah. So basically, there's a lot of internalized homophobia that comes with being religious and part of the LGBTQ community, because you've been taught your whole life that it's wrong and it's a sin, and then all of a sudden you're like, no, I can't feel like this about the same gender. So it just it sucks for a long time, and then you end up I ended up realizing it doesn't matter who you love. God wouldn't have invented love if he didn't mean it for everyone to feel. So
Mhm.
it's, and also God forgives all sins, so even if it is a sin, which I also personally believe it's not, because the Bible got it translated from pedophilia to man with man. So I also believe it's not a sin, but people do. So even if you believe it is a sin, then God forgives all sins. So
Yeah, that's actually really interesting because obviously, a lot of people have very Christian beliefs and think the opposite, and they think being, as you said before, or being a part of the LGBTQ plus community, just like in general, is just a complete sin to what humans or like mankind was meant for or like created for. And I completely think that's barbaric. That's the word, barbaric to begin with. So also because I've known you for like quite a while now, I also know that you go to you're quite religious. You go to church almost every week, and like ever since you were a child, you also went to Tallwood. I went there for preschool, or not preschool, but like daycare. So I get you. Everybody was very nice to me at the time, but I just wanted to ask how it felt to go back there as like labeled basically as just part of the LGBTQ plus community. How did it feel?
it was weird, and I was really nervous because I avoided it for 3 months after I came out. I was like, I'm not gonna go back. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm not gonna go back. And then I went back because my friend wanted me to go with her to some Bible study. And so I went back, and it was really weird because I was I wasn't sure how people were gonna respond. But a couple people were really nice, and then everyone was like, oh, she's the same. She's just not gonna mention it. So I just didn't say I was lesbian or anything, because I didn't want to lose the friendships that I had there.
Mhm.
And I don't know, it was kind of weird, but I just try not to bring it up because it's hard losing friends, because it's happened before. So it's hard losing friends over your sexuality.
Yeah. So you just talked about like losing friends and stuff, but do you maybe have like, you can vaguely say, but like such homophobic experiences that you've experienced in the past?
I've had one of the people I used to be friends with completely cut me off when she learned I was bi. Before I realized I was a lesbian, I identified as bisexual. And when she learned that I was bi, she just blocked me on everything and never spoke to me again without any explanation or anything. So
Mm.
that was interesting, and it sucked, but I mean, we got through it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I bet. That really sucks to hear that, like, because I'm guessing you were quite close to this person as well.
Hmm.
Yeah. So you just said a little bit about how you decided to say that you were bi first, and then you later came out as lesbian. But I'm just wondering, like, why you did that, and then later on, what decision did you make in order to actually like come out?
Um, so like I think almost every lesbian experiences this thing called compulsory heterosexuality, where it's like because everyone is telling you that you're supposed to like men, so you feel like you're supposed to like men, and you convince yourself that you like men because everyone is saying you're supposed to like men. So that's what I did for a lot of years, and then like I realized like the only men like I thought were attractive were fictional men or like celebrity men, unattainable men, um, and stuff like that. And that's just compulsory heterosexuality. That's not like being bi.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like I don't know, a realization that I would never like want to date a man. I'm like I never want to do anything with a man. It was like only girls or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that was like a big realization. And then I was like, well, okay. And
Yeah.
then I didn't come out for like 3 months, and then I finally came out because I was like, you know what? It's quarantine. No one's gonna be able to see me.
So Corona just like really helped you get out of that shell, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure how like I heard that your experience with by like telling your parents didn't like cause a lot of stress because
Mhm.
they accepted you for who you were. But were you before you actually came out to them, were you a little nervous about how they would react?
Yeah, I was really worried. I didn't actually plan on coming out, but my mom like cornered me in a car and was like, "What are you hiding?" And I was like, because that was
Really?
not. But she was like, "Okay, whatever. It's like in this day and age, I think it's fine for you to like whoever you like." And I was like, "Okay."
Oh, that's very nice of her to just like corner you and make sure you actually confront that.
Yeah.
I also know you have a little brother named Sam. I hope
Mhm.
Sam's doing okay, by the way. Hi, Sam.
He's good. He's in his room.
Okay. Did you come out to him before, or did he also know at
I
the
came
same
out to him in like January
time?
of this year because
So
I was dating someone at the time, and then we broke up. But he was like, I was like, how do you feel about like people liking the same gender? He was like, it's fine. It doesn't affect me in any way, so I don't care. I was like, okay.
that's yeah, that's actually really, really nice. So were there other instances where you've been subjected to homophobia, maybe just outside of people you even know? Um,
um, I know on my Instagram post it has like 11 shares. So I
hmm,
know that's people talking about me behind my back. And I've had people from church literally just like that one post and then follow me. So I'll be like, oh, they're talking about me. Yep, they're definitely talking about me. Because
yeah.
it's like from months ago. And then for them to just see that one post and then follow me, that's just like, yeah, no, they're still talking about me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a little stressful, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
It's an unnecessary anxiety.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, you're still religious and everything. You still go to Tallwood and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But what specifically makes you want to go back?
There's sometimes where I just like, I don't want to go because I don't want to have to like hide anything because that's basically what I do when I go back. So, it's just, I don't know. I enjoy like being there and being around people, but it's still like it's kind of weird, like because they know now, and like I was hiding it before, so it was different.
So, you talked about like a lot of judgment. Is it just like stares or like whispers or just how obvious
Yeah,
is it that they're judging you?
it's like the first time I went back, I went with my mom to like church, and like all the people in the youth group just kind of looked at me as I walked in, and I was like, no, I don't want to deal with this.
Mhm. Because you've also been there for like your whole life, basically. So it must have been
Yeah, since I was
very,
like 1.5.
yeah. Wow. So that must have been really, really strange.
Yeah.
You also said like previously that your friends accepted you for who you were once you actually came out to them. But
Hmm.
were they the first people that you came out to?
Yeah, I came up to my school friends first, and then my parents, and then everyone at church.
So how was it like going to church knowing that you were lesbian, but they didn't know that you were lesbian? How did you like, did you have to hide bits? of like who you were.
Yeah, you just like whenever they talk about boys, you have to like come up with a guy or something, or like if you like someone, you just change the pronouns and the name to like a more masculine name.
Really? That's actually I'm straight. So I'm not religious, so I honestly can't sympathize with either one. Um, but not being true to yourself seems like really difficult. So I can't believe how you did that for like years basically, and with your closest like loved ones as well, like to your parents at one point, like friends, people at church who you've known since like when you were small and everything. That must have been really, really rough. Yeah.
You
So
kind of get used to it.
yeah. Do you think you learned something out of pretending to be who you were, or like pretending to be someone who you weren't?
Um, it's a lot easier to like not have to pretend anymore because it's like I always wanted a pride flag in my room, and then I'd be like, what if church friends come over and they're gonna see it and they're gonna be like, oh my god. So I would never do that. And then I got one for my birthday after I came out, so that was really nice. And then like I don't know, I've always wanted to like post stuff on my Instagram story about like LGBTQ like things, and then I was like, no, what if people from church see it? And then I was like, no, I don't care. So I
Yeah.
just started doing that. It's really nice.
Yeah, that's nice. So I'm guessing your pride flag is somewhere on your room right now.
Yeah, it's in that wall over there. I would show you, but my room's a mess.
Okay. So I think this is going to be the last question. But from your experience, how do you think everybody, like literally everybody from your school, from your church, from your friends, how do you think we should all move forward from like your experiences?
um, I feel like people should like stop caring how other people like identify themselves because it's honestly none of their business. So, like even if someone like chooses to share it with you and you're immediately like, ew, like that's just not okay because it's none of your business in the first place. So, like the fact that they're telling you shows they trust you, and for someone to break that trust just kind of sucks. And then also like pronouns and stuff, like people acting like everyone's pronouns are such a big deal, but it's like it's their life. Like it's not affecting you. It's not hard to just change whatever pronouns you use. And like you just have to correct yourself sometimes, but you get used to it. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hmm. Do you think like your school gives you like any education about this type of things?
No,
Really?
no. Yeah, no.
Do you think they should?
Yeah, they should definitely do that. Like, um, health is just like for straight people.
Mm.
There's no like LGBTQ like health anything. There's nothing like that. And I don't know, they don't have any like things for like on tests, like on standardized tests, that's the word. They don't have any like section for like non-binary, it's just like female, male. So like that's not okay. Like they need like a different section.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you think there's solidarity within like your school that are part of the community, the LGBTQ plus communities?
No, no, not at all. Because everyone's like scared and no one knows like if you're
Oh.
gonna be gay or not. So it's like
Hmm. Do you think it would be nicer if you actually had like somewhere to go to? Like I obviously like you obviously had your friends, but if you had other people that like maybe went through the same experiences as you, would that have been helpful?
um I feel like yeah, it would have been. So like especially like having someone who was religious and LGBTQ plus, like just to be like, hey, it's okay, like just with these people, it doesn't define you, like because I've had multiple people from Tallwood text me and be like, hey, I think I might like girls or something. Like, how did you deal with this? And so I feel like it just would have been nice to have someone like that for me.
Mm-hmm. Wow. So you've had like actual people from Tallwood and stuff talk to you about their concerns.
Yeah.
What do you say to these people?
Mostly like God loves you no matter what, like no matter how you identify. And like it doesn't matter. Like he's always gonna love you. He loves you for you. He created you how he created you. He's not gonna love you any less.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I think that's it. To our viewers, thank you so much for joining us today, and we'll see you next time at our next event. Thanks, Audrey.
Yeah.